Checkpoint XP on campus is back once more. Norris Howard here alongside Jacob Brothers, and Northern Illinois University is one of the few schools offering a minor in esports. That's right. You can go out and get your MBA with a minor in esports. You could be that guy. And we talk a lot on this show and many other Checkpoint shows about how other countries, specifically in Europe, are taking more of the esports management approach to collegiate esports, while North America is taking more of a performative and or competitive aspect. But this is one of the first times. Yeah, this is one of the first times where we've seen a strange blend of both. And so, Jacob, you've done a lot of digging on this.
Yes.
Give us a little brief overview of this Northern Illinois University esports minor degree program.
Yeah, because when I first heard about this, I was like, that's not really necessary. Like, I can't get a minor in basketball. Why would I need a minor in esports kind of a thing, you know?
Yeah.
And then I started reading it, and it's like introduction to the esports industry, and like strategies and issues in the esports industry. I'm like, oh, word. And then this is where I get super into it. Here are their electives. They have esports general gaming, esports real-time strategy gaming, esports sports gaming, and esports online battle gaming. So I guess you're hopping from like StarCraft to 2K to Overwatch. Like I don't know, but like sick. And then they kind of get into, they have like a promotion and marketing of sports programs, sports event and facility management, psychological aspects of sports and exercise, business ethics. So I think the business part of it makes this minor worth getting. Because I think if it were only just those, here's how you play an RTS, I don't think that would be worth a minor for.
Right.
But when you're prepared to either be a player or go straight into like, they even have like 3D animation and video art. Like you can be the graphics designer for an esports team. And so I think it's cool that this minor is preparing people for just that job scape, be it the player or the support or the manager or whatever.
And I think this is really interesting because, you know, we talk about esports in this vast web of career opportunities that it provides. I mean, neither one of us on this show are good enough to pick up the sticks with anybody, even semi-pro, in just about any video game. Let's just be honest. But we could probably talk about it quite a bit. I would say we can talk about it.
We can judge them. You know, we can be like, I wouldn't have done that forward throw, but whatever.
Listen, those who can't do teach and those who can't teach analyze. That's us. We're the last bit of the totem pole. But the point is that seeing this curriculum, which you've outlined some of the classes, is akin to like, you know, someone going into sports medicine. You know, you talk about sort of the different branches of a medical degree, and you go into sports medicine where you're specifically talking about kinesiology and muscle development and all this other stuff that's very specific to dealing with an athlete's body. And so I love to see this kind of stuff because I think that esports, if it is going to continue to grow as an industry, you got to begin to have more defined career roles, more defined career paths. Your social media manager shouldn't also be your director of marketing, who also shouldn't be your...
A lot of people have a lot of different roles at the same time. Well, because like this program also has like internships and student workers, which is like exactly what you're talking about. Like there should, like, if this industry is going to keep on growing, then students should have internships, and students should be slotted in to be like, okay, here's how you do social media for an esport team. Here's how, I don't know, because they also said that they're going to do like shoutcasting stuff. I don't really think that's as necessary, but like coaching and support jobs. Students should absolutely be an intern under a coach to see how do you coach an esports team. Like, I think that's probably one of the more exciting parts about it.
But you know what? I'll push back on the casting thing because while I do think that it is mostly a talent, and you have to just know how to do it.
I mean, Tony Romo just got the biggest deal. He just threw the football.
Yeah,
I mean, if we're gonna be honest.
No, I mean, you're right, but at the same time, I don't want any more Joe Bucks. I'm done. I don't want any more Joe Bucks in this world, okay? So if somebody if there could be a class to teach you, it shouldn't be called shoutcasting. It's to be how not to be Joe Buck, right? That would be amazing to
You're
me.
like,
Okay.
here's when you raise your voice. Here's when you're calm. This is called a frag. Like I don't understand what that class would look like.
Well,
Would I take it?
it
Yes.
would be about delivery. It would be about cadence. It would be about, you know,
Yeah.
developing a style, because the way that somebody like Uber casts is completely different to the way somebody like Rip or Tasty Steve casts. You know, or even within the same esport, you know, Mr. X or Achilles cast in a very different way than, you know, say a Jake or whatever. So it's a way to begin to sort of pinpoint the type of person and the type of techniques, vocal techniques, that you could use to be an effective caster. And, dude, you have in your mass communication degree speech classes that teach you how to properly speak.
I mean, I've written essays.
Yeah,
You know?
but I mean, but I'm saying,
No,
if
I
you
got
so
you.
choose,
I'm
you
being
got it.
facetious.
Stop giving me crap.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I feel like sometimes esports can just be a little too, I don't know, self-aware almost, if that makes sense. Like it's like sometimes you don't have to hyper focus on every single aspect of esports. Like I mean, business side, absolutely you should. There should be jobs for every position. But it's like I mean, shoutcasting is just the one I just see where it's like I understand why a class would be good, but at the same time, some people are just good at it, and some people just
Jacob,
get it.
every other industry on earth does this. Every other industry on earth is specified. You have lawyers, you have paralegals, then you have lawyers that specialize in defense, you have prosecutors, you have people who specifically focus on auto injuries, you got people who focus on slip and fall. Everything is specialized. Esports should be no different, and that's where we're ending the segment. I want to hear no lip from you. That's it.
Okay.